Hi, welcome to Stress Free Cooking. Today I have a very special guest, my grandson Alex Seelig. Alex lives in Pennsylvania and today he's here to help me make breakfast, but breakfast dishes that kids could make and enjoy anytime. Hi Alex.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
I see you too.
So normally on Stress Free Cooking we open a bottle of wine, put on our bunny slippers and cook, but today because Alex is here with me, we're going to have a little bit of juice, something special, Grandpa Al's Magic Mix.
Yes.
And what's in Magic Mix?
It's cranberry juice mixed with orange juice.
And it's delicious, right?
Oh
So
my
let's
God,
have a little bit
it's
of Magic Mix. Why don't you do the pouring? Okay, and then we'll have a little toast for good luck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Alex.
Welcome.
Okay, so what are we going to make today?
A breakfast casserole with a little sausage and milk and eggs and that stuff. A smoothie for a drink and some pancakes, fruit pancakes.
Sounds good. All right, well, I think we should start with the breakfast casserole because
Okay,
it has
sounds
to go
good.
in the oven.
Okay.
Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some breakfast sausage.
Okay.
And we're going to saute this or fry this up and get it nice and brown. Okay, so we'll put that in a non-stick frying pan. Okay, and while that's cooking, I'm going to ask you if you would crack the eggs for me into this bowl.
Okay.
Okay, and how do you want to crack your eggs?
Crack it on a flat surface and no shells in the bowl.
Right, good job. Okay, so you go ahead and crack all those eggs. Okay, and then the shells can go in that bowl.
Okay.
I'm just going to get rid of this bowl.
Ooh.
That's all right. If you get shells in there, I will show you how to get them out. So take another eggshell. Okay, and then you can fish your eggshells out of the bowl with another eggshell. So try, when you crack it, try cracking it on a flat surface and then split it apart with your fingers.
Okay.
Okay? Good. That's it. Great. And did you see if you got any other shells in there? I don't think
Nope.
so. We'll know when we start scrambling.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you start scrambling your eggs with a whisk? A little harder. A little harder. Break up all the yolks. Okay, now let's add some milk. Okay. So about a half cup is good. 6 eggs, a half cup of milk, a little salt and pepper. Since my hands are clean, I'll do the
Okay.
salt. So we're going to put a pinch of salt in, which is about 1/8 of a teaspoon.
Okay.
Okay? And if you keep your salt in a little bowl like this, it's easier to add salt to the dish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how about if I add some pepper?
That would be good.
Okay. Now we could add cheese to this dish, but since Alex doesn't like cheese, we're going to leave the cheese out. I would
Yeah.
add the cheese at the end after we put it into the muffin pan. Okay, so now our sausage is done. We've browned that, and it will cook a little more in the oven. So Alex, what we're going to do is take the egg mixture
Okay.
and pour it into this measuring cup. Here, let me have this. I'll take this from you. Okay. Good. Just get it all in there, and then I'll take this bowl. Perfect.
There you go.
This will make it easier to put into the muffin pan.
Okay.
So we're going to take a muffin pan,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to hand you a spoon and let you spoon some of the sausage into each one of the muffin cups.
Okay. Is that good?
Just a little bit more, because we have plenty. Okay. Good. Perfect. Bring it a little closer to you, make it a little easier for you too. Good. Try not to make them too full.
Okay.
Okay? Because then we want to add the egg, and then we're going to put it in the oven, and it'll create a sort of a souffle.
Okay.
you know, we usually do this in a big pan when we
Yeah.
have big family
Yeah.
gatherings, but we're making individual ones for you to enjoy after school.
Okay.
Okay, so now you have one muffin cup left, so what you can do is take a little from each one, and I have some tasting spoons over here that might make it a little easier for you, okay? So just make sure we get a little bit in the last one, and then you'll pour the egg mixture over it. And I never worry about whether kids make a mess in my kitchen because I think of it as part of the fun. And so my kitchen is a kitchen that's cooked in often, so I don't worry about little messes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's pour some egg in there. So we had 6 eggs, half a cup of milk, a
Is
pinch
that
of,
good?
a little more, a pinch of salt, and that's perfect. And a grinding of fresh black pepper, and that's it. Now at this point you could also sprinkle some grated cheese, perhaps some cheddar cheese on top or Swiss, but Alex just doesn't like cheese.
Yeah.
So we're making this for Alex, so no cheese. Okay, try and make it so we have enough for each one.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Good job. These are going to go into a 375 degree convection oven or 400 degree traditional oven. 15-20 minutes until they're puffed up and golden. They look good, Alex. Okay, and then we'll just spread it around a little bit. Perfect. Good job. Okay, and we'll try and make them even. So
Okay.
just take a spoon and make them as even as possible.
Okay.
Okay? And as I always say, we're cooking in our own kitchen, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So Alex, why don't you take these over and pop them in the oven for me? Okay? And we're gonna come back while they're baking and we're gonna make a smoothie.
Here we're gonna make a smoothie. We have some strawberry banana yogurt, skim milk, some strawberries, a banana, and ice, and our blender.
In a blender.
So first we're gonna put the ice in.
Ice first?
Yeah.
Okay. I would have thought the ice would have come in last.
You just want the ice to blend first.
Okay.
And then we'll put the milk in.
Okay. So a little bit of skim milk. Great.
Now we put the fruit.
So this is a nice
Yeah.
low-fat smoothie.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
All
could-
fresh fruit.
It's really easy to make, actually.
So you could do this after school. You don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
have to slice the banana.
Just
Okay.
put it with your hand.
Wow, this is nice and easy. So do you eat this for breakfast or after school? When do you have this?
I have this for breakfast in the morning before in the summer.
Okay, and why don't we put the stems from the strawberries in this measuring cup since it's already dirty? Good job. Okay, so we have strawberries, bananas, milk, ice, and what's the main ingredient that we haven't gotten in there yet?
The yogurt.
The yogurt. Okay, here's a scraper if you need it. I'll try and help out. Is strawberry banana your favorite kind of yogurt?
Not my favorite, but it works really good with strawberry banana smoothies.
Okay.
Could you grab the...
Yeah, here's the lid. Okay, make sure, now, we always want to put our hand on top of the
Yeah.
lid too to make sure it doesn't fly off, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's the...
So it's time. Okay, that looks good. So now, do you want to go to liquefied
Yeah.
because of the ice?
Yes. That would
Okay.
be...
Let's see. Can we take a peek?
Yes, that would...
Let's take a peek. Why don't you take your scraper and see if the consistency is what you want. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so is it time to serve?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have 2 glasses here. And we can move this out of the way. I'll pour, okay,
Okay.
since I'm closer to the
Yeah.
glasses. And then, ooh, that looks really good.
Yeah.
Really delicious. I don't make smoothies, so I'm glad you're here to
Yeah.
teach me how to do this. So we also have some strawberries there, so we can garnish, right?
And they look
Not
really pretty.
necessary, but it's always nice to have a special touch.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I guess cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome.
Mmm,
That's really good.
that is really good.
It's a
Nice
lot of
job.
flavor.
Thank you. So now what's next?
The pancakes.
Pancakes. Okay, so let's clean up this and switch over to pancakes.
Okay.
Alex, look at our souffles. Look how beautiful they look.
They look pretty.
So I think that after all your hard work, you deserve a taste. Ooh, comes out nicely. Okay. So I think for now we'll share one of these. How about that? Now it's going to be hot, so we'll have to let it cool off for a second. So I'm going to cut it up a little. But hopefully these will be as good as we remember our breakfast casseroles. Okay.
Alright.
So let's have a taste. Delicious. Is that as good as we remember it from when we were at the beach?
Alright, better.
Better? Okay. All right. Well, now that we know they worked out, we can set those aside for later, and we can go on to pancakes.
Okay.
All right. So let's make some pancakes. One of your favorite things, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So we have a recipe for pancakes that's pretty simple.
Yeah.
So what's going to go into our pancakes?
Some flour, some baking powder, sugar, salt, eggs, milk, and vegetable oil.
Okay, I'm going to go get an egg for us. Okay, just one egg I need?
Yes, one egg.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm getting the egg. Why don't you show us how to measure flour properly? Okay. So I'm going to let you explain.
You don't want to just dip the whole thing in. You want to spoon it in with a smaller spoon.
We want 1 cup, right?
Yeah, 1 cup.
So we have a 1 cup measuring cup here, so we spoon into the 1 cup measuring cup. Good. Try and do it over the flour so it keeps the counter clean. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But, okay. And then level it off nicely with the other measuring cup.
And to level it off, you take and you just slide it across the top of the...
Good job. You could use a butter knife, a spatula, or a measuring cup. Okay, great. So I'm going to grab the egg, and why don't you go ahead and measure out the other ingredients. So how much sugar do you need?
1 tablespoon.
Okay, so grab a tablespoon measure.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's perfect. All right. Next we need.
And what you can do with that now is you can put it right on top of the flour. Okay? Great. Okay.
And for
baking powder?
Baking powder, we need 1 tablespoon also.
And you know you have this straight edge on the can so that you can level it off. Turn the can sideways. There you go.
There you go. Should I put that on?
Put it right there. Yep. Great. Okay, so we have our dry ingredients except for salt. Okay. So now you need to get some salt.
Yep. 1/2 a teaspoon of salt.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, and put that right there with the dry ingredients. Great. Okay, good. So now you have an egg.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to crack the egg on a flat surface and put that in the bowl. Okay, no shells.
Nope. No.
All righty. Some vegetable oil.
Yep.
How much of that do we want?
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons. I have that measured out already. Okay, so you can start to whisk that together. And then we're going to add the milk. So get the egg broken up and beaten a little bit, and the oil mixed in, the milk. Okay, and then I'm going to add some of the dry ingredients. Okay, go ahead. And some more dry, and then the rest of the wet. Okay, make it nice and smooth. And hold your whisk straight up, and I think it won't splash around quite as much. There you go. Good job. Okay. And some blueberries, right? All right, so you can go ahead and put those in if you want. Okay, and mix that around. I'm going to give you a spatula.
Okay.
So that you can take the spatula and clean the sides of the bowl so that we don't end up with any lumps. Okay, good. So you want to run that spatula right around the side of the bowl. Good. And do you think you have all the lumps out?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so now your pancake batter's ready. So we need to get a nonstick frying pan, and we're going to heat that up, okay? So I'll get that. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, so Alex, we have a good nonstick pan here, and I just put a little bit of butter in the bottom of that. And we're going to let the butter melt. Okay. And once the pan is hot and the butter melts, we'll put some pancake batter in it. So I'm going to give you a ladle so that it makes it a little easier for you. We could also use a pitcher, but I think for today we're good with just using a ladle. Yes, put that on the side. Okay.
All right.
Now sometimes the first pancake doesn't come out right, you know. There's always that experimental one. Okay, so get the pan nice and hot. Okay, let's just wait for that butter to sizzle just a little bit. Okay. So what else might you like to put in pancakes?
If you want something sweet, you could try chocolate chips or chocolate chunks.
Chocolate chips would be good.
Yeah.
Even some bananas or some strawberries would be good. And I like to put a pinch of cinnamon in sometimes.
Oh,
that's always
really
good too.
Cinnamon and sugar.
Okay, it looks like the butter is starting to foam a little bit. So why don't you add about a half a ladle of pancake mix with some blueberries to this pan. We want to make sure that it's ready, so we'll not overdo it.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. In there. Go ahead. Nice and easy. Great. Now when it starts to bubble, then we'll turn it over. Alex, let's take a look. We have some bubbles on top, right? So it's probably nice and brown on the bottom, which it is. Turn it over. Okay, now we can go on. Why don't you put some more batter in there?
Okay.
Okay, we'll make another pancake. So it takes a couple minutes for it to get bubbles on top. Good. Put a lot of blueberries in there.
Yeah.
Good. Great.
Oh.
Okay. That's all right. It'll cook. So we'll make 2 pancakes, maybe 3.
Yeah. Maybe.
And then we'll put a little syrup on it.
Okay.
Okay.
And it tastes really good.
And it'll taste really good.
Yeah.
And we use real maple syrup, right?
Yep.
I always like to go as natural as possible. So rather than using things that are made with artificial sweeteners, I think it's better off to use less, but have the real thing. So let's take a peek. Almost. We need a little more browning there. Okay, so number 1's ready to come out. Okay. I always think it's fun when they come out in interesting shapes, just like pizza, right? I think pizza looks pretty when it's in interesting shapes. Okay, so that one looks good.
Perfect.
You think you can squeeze maybe one small one in here?
Yeah.
Over here? Okay. That's good.
Yeah, like that.
That's it. No, we can move that one.
Yeah.
Okay, now that one looks good. And number 3 looks perfect. Okay. So we'll just give that another minute. Okay, want to make sure they're cooked all the way through, right? Some people like to take their pancakes and roll it up around a sausage link.
I've heard of that before. That's really good.
I think they call that pigs in a blanket.
One
But I like my pancakes
Yeah.
to be fresher with fresh fruit. Okay, looks good. I'm going to turn off the pan. And I'm going to grab a little bit of our real maple syrup. Okay, just a little bit over the top. Sometimes people like to sprinkle confectioner's sugar. Let me grab a fork. And I'm going to give you a taste.
Okay.
But you need a blueberry, right? Oh, look how nice that is.
That looks really
The
good.
blueberries are all melty.
Really good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Would you eat that for breakfast at my house?
Oh yeah.
Okay, great. All right, well, since that met your approval, I guess we should go on to the breakfast burrito.
Yep.
All right. So for our last dish, let's do a breakfast burrito.
Okay.
We're going to keep it really simple so that it's really easy for kids to make, right?
Okay. Yep.
So I thought we would take 2 eggs, and you can scramble those. And since we only have 2 eggs, we can scramble them with a fork. Okay. So you put the egg in there, other way. Turn it the other way.
Like this?
Here, crack it on a flat surface and like that. Okay? Great. And if you get any shells in there, you just take it out with the shell of an egg. Okay, scramble it with a fork. You can add a pinch of salt. I'm going to turn the pan on and get it nice and hot.
Could you get the pinch of salt?
Yes,
in my
because
hands?
your hands are
Yeah.
dirty. Thank you. Good thinking. I love that. Okay, and a little bit of black pepper. Okay, so just really simple. So let me grab a spatula. Okay, and make sure that butter is evenly coating the pan. Okay, now when you scramble an egg, you don't want your pan to be too hot, so I think you can go ahead and add the eggs to this pan. Okay, go ahead. Good. So you don't want to hear that seizing up of the eggs, right? Because otherwise they get rubbery. So we'll cook the eggs gently to make a nice scrambled egg. And then I have a flour tortilla here. We'll put the egg in the flour tortilla. And I thought we would put some chopped tomato in it.
Okay.
So why don't you get a couple of those nice little baby plum tomatoes. And I'll let you cut those up. And when you cut something soft, you want to use a serrated knife.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a serrated knife for you. Now remember, keep your fingers out of the way. So how about a little Knife Skills 101?
Yeah.
Here, let me show you. So you're going to hold the knife in one hand, and you want to keep your fingers out of the way like a claw. But since this is so tiny, that would be hard to do. So what you were doing was actually fine. Okay?
All right.
And other soft things that you use a serrated knife for would be, say, mozzarella cheese or bread.
Yeah.
Anything that would squish when you cook it. Okay, so our egg is nice and softly scrambled. And when we put the hot egg on the tortilla, that'll warm up the tortilla too, which will be kind of nice. This was a small tortilla, so one egg really is enough for that.
Okay.
But tortillas come in all different sizes.
Yeah.
So you never really know. And you don't really need a recipe for this. Just put in what you like. So I would maybe even consider putting some zucchini in there. But since we're doing a really quick, simple, kid-friendly dish, we'll just put a few tomatoes in. Okay, so I think I need to make these just a little bit smaller, Alex. I would cut those in half again. And then just put them right on top of the eggs. Good. That's good, because when we roll it up, it'll be perfect. Okay, so a little bit more. Okay, maybe one more. Great, how's that look?
Looks really good.
Looks good? So we'll roll it up.
Yep.
And when we roll it up, the tomatoes will warm up, the tortilla will warm up. And it should be just right. And this is a perfect knife to cut something soft like this. Okay, so there's a little bit of a very simple breakfast burrito. You want to give it a try?
Sure.
Okay. Little salsa on there would be nice too.
Oops.
Good? Would you make that for yourself?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. How about your friends?
No.
How about mom and dad?
Yeah.
And Dominic?
Yeah.
Okay. Alex, I can't thank you enough for coming all the way from Pennsylvania
Thank you.
to cook with me in my kitchen, because we always cook together, and it's always so much fun.
It is.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me on Stress Free Cooking. I'll see you again next time.